What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Scott's Financial Thoughts. I'm Scott, of course. Today, we're going to talk about what I would do if I lost my job. Now, I know some of you may have experienced a job loss. Maybe my course of action could help some of you out. It is not a silver bullet, but maybe it could jog up some ideas so that way you can move forward and move to the path of financial freedom. So if I had lost my job, well, let me go back. If you've watched previous episodes, you know that I work for the government and I live here in Germany. So if I lost my job, the military would move me back to the United States. I would ask them to move me back to my home station, which is Seattle, Washington. So the first thing I would do is either move back to my mother's house or a friend. So from there, I would go ahead and look for a minimum wage job, which in Seattle, I believe is $15 an hour. And I would go and get any minimum wage job. That way I have some kind of monies coming in. That way I can, give some rental money to my mother. I would go half and half on that. And I could begin to use that money to move forward. So, so I would make sure that it was as a type of job that I could work in the morning from 07 or maybe 08 to 1600 or 1700. This way, this gives me an opportunity to do some ride sharing, whether that's Uber or Lyft. Because with Uber and Lyft, then I have some flexibility on that secondary income. More than likely, I've driven for Lyft before. I'm more familiar with them, so I'd probably utilize Lyft. And I would drive for Lyft in the mornings. I would probably drive between 04 to about 0600, so then I can get back and prepare myself to go to my main job. And then at the end of the day of my main job, I would go ahead and turn on the Lyft app and I would start taking people home. And with those two incomes, I should be able to not only have income coming in, but I could begin to replenish my emergency savings. So with that, I would try to at least save up anywhere from 3 to 6 months. And then also on the side, I would go ahead and start up a YouTube channel as I have now. And I would work very hard at that YouTube channel. Once that YouTube channel begins to, take off, I get like 1,000 subscribers and then I can monetize it. Depending on how that goes, I could begin to get rid of that main job, that $15 an hour job, and I would do the ride sharing as well as the YouTube, and I would hit those hard. Another thing I would begin to do is, so kind of think outside of the box, and I would begin to establish a business. One of the businesses I believe that would be effective is changing people's oil for their car. And it would be one of those things where I would go to their location and change their oil. That would be one business I could look into. The second business I could look into is lawn care, cutting people's grass, as well as pulling weeds and things of that sort. Now, that wouldn't be very effective for the winter, but the spring, summer, and fall months, business should go pretty well. Another third business I could look into is cleaning people's air ducts. To get the equipment for that, for the air duct equipment, you could look anywhere. I could probably get it for under 1,500, and I would already have that 1,500 based on the emergency funds that I had saved. So out of the three, I'm more likely to either do the oil change and air duct, or a combination of the three. The fourth one is I know a little bit about taxes, and so I would start off slow with that and take on a couple of customers and see how that goes. And then if it begins to take off, I would go ahead and get into the tax business. Now, how do I establish a customer base? Well, one way I can establish a customer base is I can do free advertisement, and I can do free advertisement through Facebook, through YouTube, Craigslist, Yelp, and classifiedads.com. I don't know how well that would work out for me, but I think that would be a good start, as well as word of mouth. From there, I would begin to build my emergency fund out to a year, and I would look back to establishing a job with the government, probably on the contractor side. So, I'm 45 now, and so I want to be retired at 60. So I wouldn't go back as a DAC, a Department of Army civilian, but again, rather as a contractor, and I would try to make as much money as possible. And so that would require me to travel, and I would work long hours. There wouldn't be any going out, not worried about a girlfriend or any of that stuff. I am just busting my tail to make money, to make as much money as I can. So once I begin to get from this 6-month to the year emergency expenses, I would also put in money into the stock market, and I would put it into a fund that follows the S&P 500. As I've said in previous episodes, I would invest in VU, Triple Q, or even put it in an app like Acorns, which they also follow the S&P 500. And I would put at least $1,000 per month, more than likely even more. And that's what I would do. I would just continue to put that money in there. And then when I hit that year mark on the emergency funds, I would begin to look at investing in a home. So all I would need to do is get a loan, and live in the property for 1 year. And then once I'm 1 year and 1 day, I can move out, and then I can rent that home. And I would rinse and repeat. Now, so it could be that I don't meet the mark at the age of 60. So then I would move it to the left to 65, and that would give me 20 years to get things in order. And I definitely think I can do all that I've just described within 20 years. That should be plenty of time to put things back on track. What would you do if you lost your job? If you have lost your job, what have you done to get back on track? What do you think about all the things that I've just stated and ideas that I would do? Go ahead and type it up in the comments, and let us know. Let's make a discussion about it. Do you think it would be a good idea to move in back with mom? Do you think it would be a good idea to look for a minimum wage job and then move on from that minimum wage job based on your own business? Tell me your thoughts. Also, remember to like and subscribe and hit the bell. That's it. Have a good one.